All right, let's read this astrology. I know something's up. It feels like a Pluto Jupiter thing right now. Because when there's conflict in the air, I can't breathe. I think I'm pregnant. Okay. Weekly astrology report. I like the reports better than doing each zodiac. Because each zodiac, you guys know how to coordinate your own life. So I like looking at the weeks in a glance. Okay, Saturday, there's a moon phase. Okay, so it says full moon occurs January the 28th. Whoop, there it is. Where is my, let me get my, sorry guys. I have to get my phone holder. You know what I need to buy? That light. What is that? That halo. That selfie thing. Okay. So it says here what's coming up this Thursday. So this is what to prepare for. So on the Thursday the 28th. Is that this coming week? Full moon, Aquarius. Boom. So you know Saturn's in Aquarius right now. So Saturn's a ruling planet. That means Saturn always attracts challenges. Aquarius is basically a polarity. It's a balance between personal and impersonal. So let's say if we have Leo, which is lion, leader, then you have Aquarius, which is air. You have fire and air. So when the energies interact, boom. So that's basically what's happening. Full moon urges us to strike a balance between romance and friendship, between expressing ourselves in personal and impersonal ways. This is called a Leo moon. Leo moon also could stand for ego. It could stand for inferiority complex. Like I said, someone tried to punk me. I don't think so. You could probably whoop my ass, but I still have a right to say you're a douchebag. That's the thing. People walk around like all tough and stuff. Like, where do you get off thinking that you can just say whatever you want to people? They gonna clap back. Bitch. All right, it says this phase moon occurs 9 degrees. You guys need to know all that. The fixed signs are the ones that are most affected by this full moon. Coming up on Thursday, it's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Ooh, y'all. Okay, so Sun was square of the quarter moon, which means basically like if the sun's here and the moon's here, the Earth would be in the center. The square would be here. Earth would be here. Sun and moon up here. So it makes a square. So that means that, you know, when you're like, decisions, or if there's something that you thought you got over, like an ex something, and then this person came back and you're like, that's what's going on. Well, that was last week. It says Sun in Aquarius, Mercury is in Aquarius, Venus is in Capricorn, Mars is in Taurus. Ooh, that's right now. This is horrible. So it says January 19th to February 18th. Hunger for knowledge, experience, originality. Innovation is more important to us than convention. We become more aware of what is outdated in our lives, what needs to go, basically, and strive to find new perspectives and ways to do things, which is why I got a scooter. The freedom of the individual becomes far more significant as we strive to free ourselves from some restrictions and inhibitions, limitations that now feel constraining rather than safe. So basically, nutshell, this pandemic's too much. Like we're boiling. Mercury is in Aquarius. Ugh. Venus is in Capricorn, which means emotions are going to be affecting. This is like for everybody in general. So when Venus is in Capricorn, it means that you either, let's say like you sneak out of quarantine to go have a booty call with someone that you like. That's Venus in Capricorn. That's what the Capricorn usually does. The Capricorn represents the stubbornness, but the will to dare, like the will to try, the dare to try, taking a risk because it's kind of like an emotional, it's like an emotional high. That's what Capricorn represents in all of us is an emotion. We would rather be close to somebody right now and say F the virus right now because being alone is not helping. And that's what Mercury is. Mercury is the trickster. It's the mind saying, you gonna get sick, you gonna get the Rona, stay home. But I don't think it works like that. Mars is in Taurus. So for each of our signs, we're specifically a zodiac. But when Mars is in Taurus in general, Taurus for us is when we're defensive, when we're being offset or being like when people piss us off when they shouldn't be doing. People understand how to respect people in general. You in general know how to respect somebody, but some people make some dumb choices and that's what happens. It's like when we're all happy and yay, that's Capricorn and Venus, and then here comes this a-hole over here, blah, 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 and it drops your vibration. So when you drop in vibration, that's Mars and Taurus. Because Mars is a fire planet. Passion, determination, unwillingness to give up, stubborn. Cards. I know what I'm talking about. And I smell my buffalo wings. You guys ever realize, like, why do all buffalo wings look the same? This is why I'm gonna stop eating them. They have that weird thumb, like. That's how observant I am. Jenny, this is sticking out to me. I need better light. Oh, jeez. Joanne, I could feel you. You're like, ooh. This is for you, Joanne. I saw what it was. Okay, I'm going to do one more. All right. These two. One for me. Okay, cool. I need a new deck. Okay. This one was for United States. Revolution. Sorry, her boobies. These are my goddess cards. A lot of people are confused right now because they think this whole like, and I'm not saying this from an anti-democrat perspective. I'm saying this from a world view or a cosmic view or universal view. Because I'm trying to innovate a new title for me, which is called an energy coach. And an energy coach is basically I understand where the source is coming from and I know how it's affecting other people. So I'm just reciting the observation, so please don't get mad at me. But a lot of people feel so liberated because Democrats are back in office. If that is the reality you follow, then basically they're going to keep feeding you something to where you feel so liberated. We're taking this down and we got it back and rah. And it's like, you weren't even part of the whole process. Like, people forget that our job, oh my leg, our job is just to feed the system, feed the economy, feed the stock market. That's why the black community is so important. I hate to say it, seriously, because we're the major popularity, people of color. So if the people of color are busy, which is why they're giving us the stimulus check and all that stuff. So that's from the universal worldview. If you don't let the middle to low class fail, because then the whole country fails. That's why Biden's in office. And confusion. Yep. And I think that a lot of people are confused because it's not like people who were in favor of Trump are pissed. It's just the fact that things just were... I think people... Hear me out, you guys. Some people feel more comfortable that somebody who's tough, firm, and a hard ass is in charge because there's no game playing and there's no sugarcoating and there's no hand stroking. Sorry for that example. I think a lot of people felt comfortable that there was an outsider who had no affiliation to the corrupted shadow system who came in to flush it out. And a lot of people understand that was the narrative that they were focused at. And I just wanted to be clear because I think I get afraid to say that to people. That from a universal perspective, from the cosmic perspective, consciousness put Mr. T there as a way to challenge the darkness that's in the world in general. And you guys always know that darkness always brings the light. And so a lot of people missed out on integrating with that. They missed out on, because they were so entitled to racism and so entitled to Black lives and the police defunding. Everything that everyone screamed and shouted is now in consciousness. So I fear for police officers as a person. I fear for all the things that we tried to tear down last year that will be liberated this year because of what they wanted. So I just sit back and watch the show and be told I have a mental illness. Miss Joanne, this card popped up too under confusion. What are you thinking about? Don't be doubtful. Jenny, this one popped up for you. Desire. Yay! Desire has a lot to do with, and you see how she's by the ocean? So this has a lot to do with solitude and finding your grounding, finding nature. Maybe you need to go find a nature spot somewhere that is just yours. Like every time you go there, it's like it says, hi, right? The sun has a nice little, or if it's cold, bundle up and go somewhere. And what I used to do too, even before I moved to Sacramento for a moment, I used to collect rocks. So if I had a life experience, I went on a nature walk and I found just a normal rock. And when I would travel somewhere else, I would go in nature there and I would grab a rock from there and I would switch the two. So I was just kind of doing my own native Indian practice. Anyway, and this has a lot to do with it. Design, the inner child design. Yay, Phoenix! Yes. But sometimes you gotta go routinely to your spots. Like there was a spot I used to go to in Palos Verdes. And I don't have a car anymore, so I can't go. But I was in contact with that person recently, and I said, the person I used to go there with, and I said, I really miss that spot. Can you give me a ride? Can I go? But since I have my scooter, there's a water reserve over here that I want to go to. All right, so design and try out. So this has a lot to do with imagination, creativity. It has a lot to do with creating routines, making your own activities, being productive, and having fun with it. I like how the sun is in the tree. So there's another connection to nature and solitude. Centering came up. I'd never seen this card before. I'm going to read this one. So centering. I'm glad she covered her boobies. It's a fire sign too. So remember we were talking about Mars. Mars in the zodiac of Taurus. I can't breathe. I need to go give me some Pepto-Bismol. Okay, so I'm reading this card, centering, and it says, she is unwavering faith and self-discipline, unmoved by illusions of the world. Boom, wasn't I just talking about this? Wasn't I just talking about this? She's unwavering faith, yeah, and self-discipline, unmoved. This is her. I need to like draw a picture of like my own goddess. I just thought of an idea. Regardless of the inner turmoil and chaos of what the world brings on or what we bring to ourselves, she's centering in the light of consciousness within the darkness. Didn't I just say that? Unshakable and serene. And I think the people who are unshakable and serene are the ones constantly being accused of being, like I was being called a cult leader worshiper. I was like, look, there was a name of, Aaron. So, the last place that I worked for, I hope I don't say this in the wrong way, but they were going to change the name of dance, and they wanted to infiltrate it to be as simulated as what we're talking about here. And I said, no, that's not how. And this is exactly what I was talking about. I don't represent the ideology of, follow me, everyone. You know, like this is our, you know, I don't do that. I don't do the groups. I don't do the Illuminati. I just don't, I don't do that. And I think the people who accept it and the people who agree with it are the ones accidentally having a rivalry with people who oppose following that path. And it's not like we don't, it's not like people hate on it intentionally or talk about it or make a big deal out. Some of us are like, look, you know, you go do your thing, but leave me alone. And then here you go all over here. And I said, go do your thing and leave me alone. And then what happens? They do it again in your face. And then all of a sudden you're like, yep. There's so many lies. So I even want to take the side of, there are even lies on the conspiracy theory side of things. Like there's so, I have to be the Wendy Williams right now. There's so many messages. Like I'm part of a lot of conversations outside of this one-on-one thing. That's why I like to do live streams, to have a collective thought. Because there's too, even on the truth community side, you guys are posting too much crap. You guys been saying a lot. This is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen, and this is going on. And I'm like, you guys have the fear porn. You know, fear porn. There's too much information that if you guys stop to breathe and you look to see what's going on, none of that has happened. Like, I'm looking at the messenger groups, and I'm like, you guys really, like, take a break, breathe. But the information that I got and I plugged in, some people don't pay attention to what I say, and it's okay. I'm already used to it. I'm already centered with myself and the world and society. I'm already centered. I'm already cool with, because it's like, if you want to be a conspiracy theorist, let's take out the word conspiracy and let's just say theory. Like, here is a thought and here's the observation, because it's my own primary source thought. It is my own, you could look at several things and go, like when you watch a TV show and you can predict the next episode and it actually happens. That's how we should be living our lives. Okay. So when this card appears, it says, you are light. It is your true center. Continue to make time to develop your spiritual practice daily. I do my spiritual practice daily. It's just exhausting. As you dwell within the core of who you are truly and let it expand, you live in the world with genuine power and authority. So this is kind of like what I was saying earlier today about that shmoo head and his gesture of my mental health. Basically, I was exemplifying authority and genuine power by saying something. We ain't having that. And I like the idea that each time that somebody tries to embarrass or shame me in front of others on my own Facebook post, I will clap back. I will post something as a reply, and I'll say, look, dude, you should have just called me. And that's having genuine power. It's being respectful towards another human being. I'm not condemning him as a person. I'm just reflecting on what he said and how it hurt and how it made him look bad. And I'm trying to protect him from looking bad, but it's too late. As you dwell within your core of who you truly are, let it expand. You live in the world with genuine power and authority. In communion with Source. And when we say Source is kind of like what brings you life. Some people are uncomfortable saying God or the Holy Spirit. So in the New Age spiritual movement, they call it Source. We all know what Source is. Like the sun, unmoved by chaos. And also like the sun, it's above and outside of the corruption and chaos. So that's how we have to treat everything, is we have to think like the sun. You guys gonna be down here acting a fool, and I'm gonna be up here. I have 2 more of these cards. I know. I shouldn't eat those hot wings. I get confused. I'm watching, there's Star Trek in the background. It confuses me with Guardians of the Galaxy. I have to pee. Okay, the last card was Delight. And I had this card before. You see how there's the third eye. You see that there's the lotus on the crown of her head. We should always think that way. A lot of people say, I'm going to open my third eye. It's like, don't do that. No. You don't want to open your third eye because you're in 3D Earth and it's already open. So basically you're wasting your time trying to do something that's already active. It's kind of like when you sign into Wi-Fi, right? And you don't ever have to sign in Wi-Fi again. That's the third eye. It's just reflecting what is what's in the paradigm, what's in the reality. But it's the crown chakra that we have to focus on. And the crown chakra is being above all of that. So if this is like what's in the world or paradigm, the third eye, we need to rise above that, being the crown. And coincidence, because, corona, we always talk about this whole virus thing. I think it was a metaphor for those who are easy to divide and conquer, because you can separate people from a narrative and say this virus is killing people. You just split half of the people who believe it and half of the people who are like, I really don't understand because I don't have all the information. Something's fishy. So then therefore you divide, and then guess what? These people over here, you conquer. And that's just what's happening. That's why Biden's in office. Divide and conquer. We've already been divided, so next is to let me lift my leg. Ugh. Whee. Oh, I had another. This was for me. Courage. I like the courage card. Shoot, I don't let people talk trash to me. Like, I don't care who you could be Jackie Chan. You come talk trash to me, I will cuss your ass out. There's so much like empowerment with cussing someone out. Oh, I know, Joanne, you're here. You don't like to hear me curse. But I like to say, go yourself. I love that. It's such a powerful, and it's like, I don't know, Joanne, what am I going to do with you? There's so much, this whole pandemic has really learned me how to use profanity and put it into the light. Because that's what we have to do sometimes. We have to take something as harsh as a curse word, and we have to reflect it in the right direction. Like someone's being rude to you, you can go yourself over there in the light. In the light. Or like I did, usually surround myself with white candles when I feel strange. I was feeling vibes. Oh, I got a new necklace. So my old amethyst, which is exactly like this one, I gave it to someone who was in trouble. You guys have no idea. Like when you don't see me, the things I do for other people. But somebody was caught up into some trouble, and I was just like, oh, this poor kid. But I look out for the people who are